Hi, Krista. Are you free right now?
Pippa, it's been a while.
Seriously, it's been since high school graduation. Sorry I haven't kept in touch.
It doesn't matter. We were never really that close anyway.
Are you kidding me? I think of you as my best friend. Come on.
Best friend, huh?
Yes, really. We were always together in high school. We were even in the same group for the school trip.
That's because you kept clinging to me. To be honest, nothing good ever happened when I was around you. So I didn't really want to be with you.
That's so mean. Why are you so cold?
Why, you ask? Are you really that oblivious? Oh, whatever. Why are you messaging me? If you need something, just say it already.
Oh, right. I have something important to tell you today. Well, it might be shocking news for you. But I think I should tell you.
What is it? Don't drag it out, just say it.
Well, actually, I took your boyfriend.
My boyfriend? Who?
Come on, you're so dense. It's been 3 months already, but you didn't notice at all, did you? In high school, you were so sharp, excelling in your studies and being student council president. But you're surprisingly oblivious when it comes to romance. Didn't you notice that he stopped seeing you or became strangely cold?
What boyfriend? I've been married for a while now.
What?
If you said you took my husband, I might understand. He was my college classmate, and you and I went to different universities. I didn't even invite you to the wedding, so you don't know him, right? Maybe you've got the wrong person?
You got married? In no way. It's impossible for you to get married before me. Honestly, I'm prettier than you. You don't need to lie just because you're upset that I took your boyfriend.
Well, if you don't believe me, that's fine. Is that all you wanted to say?
What?
I need to make dinner, so I'm busy. Bye.
Wait a minute. At least show some frustration. Krista, I have something to report.
Pippa, what is it this time? I've had enough of the I took your boyfriend story. I'm busy, you know.
No, listen. Well, this might make you sad, but I feel it's my duty as a best friend to let you know.
Alright, what is it?
I'm getting married.
Oh, that's nice. Congratulations.
That's it? Did you have anything more to say?
Congratulations on your wedding?
No, that's not it.
What then?
I'm marrying your ex-boyfriend. Doesn't that bother you?
Not exactly.
You're really not being honest. You wanted to marry him too, right? But your best friend took him away from you. You must feel like crying and screaming, right? I'm sorry, Krista, for taking your young and handsome boyfriend. But honestly, I'm a better match for him than you. I'll be happy for the both of us, so forgive me.
Hey, I've never dated a younger guy. I think you've got something mixed up.
There's no way I'm mistaken. I've seen you with him multiple times. Oh, but just so you know, you're not invited to the wedding. Even if we're best friends, It'd be awkward since the groom is your ex. We can't have you going berserk at the venue in a fit of jealous rage. You can just quietly wish us happiness from afar.
No need to worry. I wasn't planning on coming anyway. Hope you two have a happy marriage.
You're still in denial. It's hilarious.
Hey, Chad, can I bother you now? I have a quick question.
What's up?
I'm almost driving past East Station, but do you know a place where I can grab a quick bite on the way to the wedding?
You haven't had lunch yet?
Nope. I want to eat something light before the ceremony. It's been a hectic morning, and I didn't get to have breakfast either.
Seriously? There's a diner right after East Station. And near the venue, there's a pizza place. And a nice Italian restaurant, too.
Alright. I think I'll stop by the diner since I don't have much time.
By the way, I heard your flight was cancelled yesterday because of the weather.
Yeah. If I'd been able to come a day early, I could have gotten to the venue with plenty of time. I haven't even met your bride yet. I wanted to get to know her a little before the ceremony. But since I just arrived this morning, I'm a bit unprepared. Sorry about that.
Don't worry about it. It's not your fault the flight was cancelled. She understands. By the way, is this your first time coming to this neck of the woods?
Yes. I've driven through it before, but today's my first time here.
Hope you don't get lost.
No worries. See you soon.
What the heck are you thinking? I stepped out into the hallway before the ceremony, and there you are. Why is the woman who got dumped at my wedding? Oh, I get it. You're here to ruin my wedding out of revenge. You said you wouldn't come, but you're so sneaky. Pretending to be fine, but you've been holding a grudge all along? Well, watch out. I'm kicking you out right now. You pathetic loser. Serves you right. You probably tried to ruin our wedding out of spite because he dumped you. But unfortunately for you, things didn't go your way, did they? You should have at least worn a wig or glasses to disguise yourself. But you just showed up as you were.
Pippa, why did you suddenly slap me when I was heading to the family waiting room? The people with you were your family, right? A bunch of you ganged up to throw me out of the venue. What are you trying to do?
You deserved to be thrown out. Don't cause such a scene just because you got dumped. And what were you thinking trying to enter the family waiting room? That's incredibly rude. Were you planning to cozy up to the groom's family and try to win him back? Not gonna happen. We don't want you ruining our happy day, so just get lost.
I'm Chad's sister.
Huh? Sister? Oh, you mean like an older sister because you're older than him? I admit you do look older than your age. Even when you were dating, you looked more like siblings than a couple. I'm his bride now. I'm not gonna let him go.
I honestly didn't expect you to be the bride today.
What do you mean?
When he told me his bride's name was Pippa, I never thought of you at all. A different last name, same first name. I assumed it was a different person. But in our junior year, your parents divorced and you took your mother's last name, right?
So what?
So now you go by a different last name. I didn't recognize it and let my guard down. I should have realized when you said you were marrying a younger, handsome guy. But I didn't put it together.
What are you mumbling about? The ceremony's about to start. Go home already. If you don't give up now, it won't just be a slap next time.
Talking to you now seems pointless.
Just get out of my sight.
Fine. Tell Chad his sister went home.
Huh?
I haven't seen him in a while. He was really looking forward to me coming to the wedding. But if the bride says I have to leave, then I guess that's it.
He's your brother? You're still saying that?
You'll regret this later.
I won't regret anything. Now that the nuisance is gone, I can enjoy my wedding to the fullest.
Where are you, Krista? Everyone's already gathered in the family waiting room. You're the only one not here and we're worried. It's only a 5-minute drive from the station to the venue, so even if you stopped at the diner, you should have arrived by now.
Chad.
Did you get lost? You just have to drive straight along the main road. The venue is quite prominent, so it should be easy to find.
I got to the venue half an hour ago.
What? You've been here already? I haven't seen you, though. Why don't you come to the family waiting room?
On my way there, your bride slapped me and threw me out.
What? I don't understand.
She was my high school classmate.
Okay. So you guys are friends?
Well, not really. She used to cling to me a lot, but that was because she didn't have other friends. I never liked her much, to be honest. She always saw me as a rival and tried to compete with me. Such a hassle.
Wow, I had no idea.
Since her last name changed after her parents' divorce, I never thought she could be the same Pippa.
Wait, but still, how could she kick out the groom's sister from the wedding? It's been almost 10 years since you graduated high school. Even if she saw you as a rival back then, slapping you and throwing you out is way over the line.
Well, get this. She thinks I'm your ex-girlfriend.
No way! How did that happen?
Remember when I moved back home for work for a while? And rented an apartment near our parents' house for about 2 months? During that time, I occasionally went out with you. And I think she saw us together and misunderstood us as a couple. Then about 3 months after my assignment ended, she sent me a message saying she took my boyfriend. I didn't get it at the time, but after all this, I know now.
Now that you mention it, that's around the time we started dating. So basically, I was chosen as a partner based on a misunderstanding and with the intent to steal?
It's hard for me to say for sure, but...
Thinking back, she was quite aggressively coming on to me. She was the one who proposed to me, actually. I wanted to settle down, you know? I thought she was a cheerful, caring person. So I said yes without much hesitation.
Well, she does have a good outward appearance. If I had known your fiancé was her, I might have advised against the marriage.
Yeah.
So now, handling her is up to you, Chad.
Oh man. Okay.
I'll wait at a nearby cafe, so call me if you need anything.
Got it. I'll be in touch.
Hey, Krista! Where are you now? Come back to the wedding quickly.
What do you mean, come back? You kicked me out.
But I didn't know. I didn't know you were Chad's sister.
I told you, didn't I?
I couldn't believe it right away. I thought you snuck into the venue to sabotage the wedding. I thought you were lying.
Didn't he tell you he had a sister?
He did, but I didn't think she'd come to the wedding.
That's strange. My name should be on the seating chart.
I saw it, but your last name is different from his. How can you be siblings with different last names?
I explained that too, didn't I? I've been married for a while now.
Oh.
When you said you took my boyfriend, I clearly explained that I married my college classmate. I took his last name after marriage, so it's normal that my last name is different from his. My husband couldn't make it today due to work commitments.
OMG.
It's always been a bad habit of yours to act like you're listening but not actually pay attention.
Whatever. That's irrelevant right now. Now that the misunderstanding is cleared up, come back. It's weird for the groom's sister not to be here. It'll look like I kicked you out.
You did kick me out.
I had no choice. I thought you came to take back my fiancé.
Even if Chad were my ex, I wouldn't do something so outrageous.
Just hurry up and come back. We're already running late and the guests are waiting. You're causing everyone trouble, get it?
I'm speechless. You really are so self-centered. Chad, Pippa just contacted me. She said the guests were waiting and I should come back quickly. Do you think I should return to the venue?
Good timing. I was just about to message you. There's no need to come back. The wedding is going to be cancelled anyway for another reason.
What? What's going on?
Our marriage is off too. I've realized how poor my judgment of character was. I'm about to confront Pippa. It's best if you don't come back to avoid further complications.
It sounds like there's a more serious issue than just my situation. What happened?
A man claiming to be her boyfriend showed up.
Oh, jeez.
Krista, I need a favor.
Pippa? I'm at work. Can this wait?
It's an emergency.
Make it quick.
I need you to lend me money.
Excuse me?
Chad is demanding compensation. I have to cover all the costs for the canceled wedding. But I quit my job because I was planning to be a housewife after the wedding. I can't pay it all by myself. You have a good job at a big company, right? And your husband runs his own business. You must have plenty of money. You'll help out a friend in need, right?
I've never considered you a friend.
Why do you say that?
You might have conveniently forgotten, but I remember very well how you constantly harassed me in high school.
It wasn't harassment. It all started because you stole the guy I liked.
What are you talking about?
Don't play dumb. Max from our class in sophomore year. I liked him so much, but you took him from me, and it made me so angry. That's why I took Chad thinking he was your boyfriend.
Max? He was just a childhood friend from the neighborhood. He had a girlfriend since middle school, and I was friends with her too, so we would all hang out sometimes. I never tried to take him from anyone.
Oh wait, childhood friend?
You must have seen me with him and misunderstood the situation.
No way.
I mean, I didn't even have a boyfriend or a crush in high school.
Seriously? I thought you were dating Ted, the class president.
He had a girlfriend from another school.
What? So I got that wrong too?
I was too busy with studying club activities to have a boyfriend. The first one I had was my current husband in college.
No.
Pippa, you've built misunderstanding upon misunderstanding, harassed me based on those misunderstandings, and despite having another guy, you went after my brother. Now all your reckless actions are backfiring on you in the worst possible way. You should take a step back and seriously rethink your life choices.
Just because your life is going well, don't act all high and mighty. That's why I hate you.
Feel free to hate me. Oh, by the way, I'm also going to demand compensation from you.
For what? I haven't done anything to you.
You must be joking. You slapped me.
Oh.
After that, I checked in the bathroom mirror and saw a faint bruise on my cheek.
But just for a bruise?
A bruise is a serious injury. I've managed to hide it with makeup, but I was really shocked to have my face hurt like that. Anyway, I've handed the matter over to my lawyer. Make sure you pay up.
Stop it! If I get hit with another demand for money,
You need to realize the gravity of what you've done. Goodbye.
This is too much.
After that, Chad and Pippa broke up. She ended up with over $200,000 in claims, including compensation to me and the wedding costs. Being unemployed, she turned to her parents for help, but they were fed up with her and cut ties, sending her away. In the wake of this fiasco, her parents finally lost patience with her. She tried to seek help from friends and acquaintances, but since she was already disliked, no one offered any support. That's probably why she desperately reached out to me for money. Of course, I rejected and blocked her right away. Chad later filled me in. She had no choice but to borrow money from a loan shark with exorbitant interest rates. Now she's working a job she can't even talk about to desperately pay off her debts. Occasionally, she sends him messages begging him to get back together, but he says, exasperated, that he's planning to block her soon too.
Lillian, today is finally our wedding day. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm so glad I met you. I'm leaving now. Are you ready?
Good morning, Frank. I've been really looking forward to today too. I'm leaving in about 10 minutes.
Oh yeah? Great. The weather's beautiful and it's a great day for photos.
I'm a sunny girl, you know. We're planning to have it outside, so it's great that the weather's nice.
Thanks to you.
Yeah, actually, I've been checking the weather forecast on a daily basis, and it's like I'm excited one day, worried the next.
Oh yeah?
By the way, did you talk to Fiona today?
Why? What's up with Fiona? She came back to the house last night. She did say she was looking forward to the wedding.
Well, we talked about it before, right? Fiona said she doesn't like me. She's not very nice when she talks to me. She even told me that she didn't want to go to the wedding. And yet the other night when we were having dinner at your parents' house, she said, I think I will go to the wedding. I can't get it out of my head the way she looked at me and smirked. I hope she's not up to something.
Why? What can Fiona do? Besides, she's my sister. Of course she wants us to be happy. She's always been close to me. It's not that she doesn't like you. It's that she feels like I'm being taken away from her. I'm sure she'll come to like you too. After all, you're the one I love.
You're right. I'm putting too much into it. I'm sorry for downing your sister, Frank. Just forget what I said.
Don't worry about it. I know this is just a once-in-a-lifetime event for you, and I know you are anxious about it.
Thanks. I'm ready, so I'm gonna take off.
Yeah, take care. I'll see you later.
Surprise! It went off as planned. I would never approve of you getting married to my brother. I didn't even want to come to the wedding. You don't even look good in a wedding dress. I don't know why he wanted an ugly plain girl like you. Now that I pushed you into the pool, I feel a little better. I didn't didn't do anything wrong. It's your fault for choosing a place with a pool in the first place. And what's with the fancy pool spectacle anyway? I made it clear all along that I didn't want you two to get married. Now you see what happens when you don't listen to me. You're so lame, almost drowning in that shallow of water. Seeing the desperation in your face made you even uglier. Oh my god, I'll probably dream about it tonight. But I don't think there could have been a better surprise. The bride falling into the pool? It was the best gift, wasn't it? It fits you, the one who took my brother away from me. Well, my work is done here, and it looks like it's going to be a while before the reception continues. I'm out of here.
I didn't expect Fiona to push you into the pool. It turned out to be a nice surprise. Everyone was laughing so hard. You're too old to drown in such a shallow pool. Oh, that was hilarious. A wedding with laughter, that's what I'm talking about. The dress change, everyone knew what's going on. I told them it would take a little time. It's okay if you're a little late, but come back as soon as you can. Lillian, you're taking too long. We can't keep everyone waiting any longer. We've already finished playing the profile video. Everyone's getting tired of waiting. Are you sulking? She did that as a surprise for us, you know. There's no need to be so angry. She even timed it to coincide with your changing. It was time to change anyway, so why not? The place is starting to get a little restless. You don't want to worry everyone just because you fell into the pool. Even the people at the ceremony are worried. How much longer is this going to take? I know you're looking at your cell phone. Anyway, get back to me as soon as you can.
The ceremony is cancelled. I've notified the ceremony staff. I think they're going to start making announcements now.
What? I didn't hear anything about that.
I don't need to tell you. Just get a divorce.
Huh? Divorce? We just got married. You were looking forward to today's wedding too. And now you're divorcing me just because my sister pushed you into a swimming pool? Come on, just get out here. Let's continue with the wedding, I'm begging you. Lillian?
It's over, the wedding party and you siblings. Tell your sister so too.
Lillian, what do you mean it's over? Don't go talking crazy. I've been trying to reach you every day. Why don't you answer your phone? Please call me or send me a text. Just get back to me. I can't believe you actually called off the wedding. Why are you so angry? It was my relative who did it. You could have just laughed and forgiven her.
Laugh and forgive? Are you an idiot?
Just when I think you finally answer me. What's with the idiot? Divorce, you're kidding, right? Besides, I've been trying to get a hold of you this whole time. Why didn't you answer me? I didn't want to cancel the wedding. I didn't know how to explain to everyone what happened after that. It was so hard. And because you cancelled the reception halfway through, I had to return the wedding gifts to everyone. Thanks to that, we had to pay the entire $40,000 for the wedding. What are you going to do about it? If you insist on a divorce, then you should pay all the expenses. You don't want to do that, do you? So stop talking about divorce.
What's that? Still no word from the lawyer?
Huh?
I don't care what happens. We're getting a divorce. Of course, you'll pay me compensation and you'll pay for the whole wedding, right?
What? Lawyer? Why are you being so dramatic?
Dramatic? I almost died, remember? How can you say that?
Almost died? That's exactly what I'm talking about. You're overreacting.
I'm saying I want a divorce because you're like that.
Like what?
You can say that because you don't know what I went through after that.
What? What do you mean? I know that my sister pushed you into the pool because I saw it too. I also know that you almost drowned and the staff rushed to your rescue. I didn't think anyone could drown in such a shallow pool. I couldn't help laughing though. Ah, are you mad because I laughed? You can't divorce me over something like that.
Of course I'm mad that you laughed. It's not that you laughed, but you and Fiona were laughing together. How can you laugh when your wife is dying? I really can't believe it.
So you're overreacting when you say you were dying, aren't you?
Since you don't seem to know anything, let me tell you about what I went through.
What?
First of all, you've never worn one, so you wouldn't understand. But a wedding dress is very heavy. The dress I wore weighed over 20 pounds.
No way, that much?
I wouldn't lie about something like that. On top of that, I was wearing shoes with heels I don't normally wear. I couldn't even walk properly. Suddenly, I was pushed into the pool. There was nothing I could do. The next thing I knew, I was in a hospital bed. Do you know what that means?
What?
If you don't know, I'll tell you. I was unconscious. The doctors told me that if they had gotten to me a little later, I probably wouldn't have made it.
What? No way.
What I'm telling you is true. How can you say I'm exaggerating?
I had no idea it was so bad, but what can I say?
You know, on the day of the wedding, they suddenly cancelled it. Don't you think it's strange that my mother was the one calling? Normally, I would have done it.
I guess that's because you were really angry.
Well, I was angry. Even if I was angry, it had nothing to do with the people who attended the event. I apologized sincerely. I was in a life and death situation at that time.
But then come on, I got a text from you saying you wanted a divorce. Could it be that message?
It was my mother.
Seriously?
Of course, I feel the same way as my mother. But that's how my mother felt when she told you at that time that you should divorce me. You and Fiona's behavior angered my mother that much. I hadn't even regained consciousness yet at that time. So my mother had no choice but to call you on my cell phone, okay?
Oh no. Lillian, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'll take care of the money for the wedding. So give me another chance.
It's not just the wedding that you're paying for though.
Huh? What do you mean?
I'm still in the hospital. Of course you're going to pay for my hospital bills. And my dress got ripped when they were trying to rescue me. The rental company wants $5,000 to pay for it. I'm also filing attempted murder charges against Fiona.
Oh, come on, you're kidding. You don't have to go that far. Attempted murder? You're making too much of a big deal of this.
Excuse me? Did you hear what I said? I told you I almost lost my life. What the hell is it if it's not attempted murder?
Well,
I will never forgive you or Fiona. I lost my memory halfway through, but I'll never forget the look on your faces when you and Fiona were laughing.
I'm so sorry. It was our fault. I had no idea what had happened.
If you could just say you're sorry, there would be no need for the police. So then, you can talk to my lawyer. Be sure to pay up.
I don't have that kind of money. Please forgive me. How did this happen? I was against divorce, but the lawyer just went ahead and did it. I just don't agree.
You don't have to agree. We're already divorced.
I could understand if it were just me, but why are you demanding compensation from Fiona too? She's my sister, so she has nothing to do with the divorce.
I didn't think you were that stupid. Well, if nothing to do with it means she's the reason for all of this. Besides, aside from the divorce, she pushed me into the pool. That girl almost killed me, so I think it's my right to demand compensation. Besides, I asked you about all this on the wedding day, didn't I? I told you that I was worried that she didn't like me and that she was up to something. And you said you're overthinking this, she's my sister. And then you tell me not to ask for compensation? Don't push your luck.
I'm not pushing anything.
I knew she didn't like me. And I at least can imagine a little how it would feel to have the brother you love taken away from you. So that's when you told me you would keep an eye on her for me. If you had at least got angry at your sister who pushed me in the pool. Or had at least rushed to the hospital right away. I don't think I would have asked for a divorce or compensation either. But you and that little girl laughing at me. Your wife is hanging on for her life. You didn't even go to the hospital. How can you forgive someone like that? Rather than a pool, the two of you should fall deep into hell. I will never forgive you.
Oh, come on now. I admit I was wrong. I guess I didn't think it through enough. I never thought anything like that would happen to you. I'm pathetic, but I just wasn't thinking. Please, I'll change. Give me a chance to rebuild our relationship. I'll give Fiona a good talking to.
What kind of nonsense are you talking about? There's no way we can rebuild this now, is there? It's too late to apologize.
Come on.
Now you can deal with the lawyer. Goodbye.
Lillian, how are you? I've wanted to see you for a long time. But I thought I had no right to contact you until I finished paying off the debt I created when I paid you. So I've been working hard to save money and pay off my debt. And now that I'm finally done paying it back, I thought I could start over with you again. I heard you are getting remarried, and I heard the wedding is today. That's why my friend told me to give up. You really love me too, don't you, Lillian? Don't remarry another man just because you're lonely. Let's be together again. I'm coming to pick you up now, so wait for me. Lillian, wasn't the wedding at the K Hotel at 11:30 today? That's what I heard from Terry, so I just popped in. Someone totally different was having a wedding. The hotel security guards threw me out, and I didn't know what was going on. What on earth happened?
I can't believe you actually went to the wedding. Why now of all times? I really can't believe it.
Lillian, finally you answered. I mean, Lillian, aren't you in the middle of a wedding right now? Wasn't it at the K Hotel? Maybe you couldn't forget about me, and so you cancelled the wedding?
Don't be silly. The wedding was yesterday.
What? Oh, no way, really? Oh man, that Terry guy, he gave me the wrong information.
No, he didn't.
Huh? What do you mean?
Terry contacted me a while ago. He said you've been sniffing around about me and that you wanted to start over. He told you about the wedding, hoping you would give up on me. After you told him you were going to crash the wedding, he was kind enough to purposefully give you the wrong info about the hotel, time, and date.
Oh, come on. Why is he taking your side?
On the contrary, why would he take your side? You've got a pretty bad reputation around them now. Maybe you haven't noticed?
Yes, I thought everyone was cold, but I didn't think it was that bad. Lillian, don't abandon me. I beg you, please try again with me. I still love you, Lillian.
No thanks. I don't even want to see your face again. I never expected to hear from you. So I just kept my contact info as it was. But even just a text message from you is unbearable, so I'm blocking you.
Oh no.
Goodbye. Frank crashed a stranger's wedding. For causing the commotion to their wedding, he was charged $40,000 in damages. It took him 3 years to finally pay it off, so now he's gone into debt again. And it's for a really stupid reason. Oh, and also, Terry told me about Frank and his sister. She pushed me into the pool in my wedding dress at the wedding. It probably got around to all the people who were attending. Everyone close to her has since disappeared. Her parents even blamed her, saying she ruined her brother's marriage. Fiona tried to brush it off, saying that it was okay because she had her favorite brother. But the fact still remains that she's the reason her brother's marriage was destroyed. In spite of that, she refused to pay any compensation, saying, "I will never pay compensation to that kind of woman." So, Frank even had to pay the compensation for his sister. He finally became fed up with her and started to become cold towards her. In the end, she was really left all alone. It seems that she is unemployed and just stays at home. She brought all this on herself for what she did. I feel better now that they got what they had coming to them for what they did to me. My current husband is always considerate to me. He takes good care of me and I am really happy now. It turned out to be a good thing that all that happened, and I was able to divorce Frank.
Ashley, the wedding is finally next month. Are you really going to marry Kevin? It's not too late. Why don't you cancel the wedding? Melissa, are you talking about that again? We've already decided to get married. I'm not thinking of canceling the ceremony now. You know, Kevin and you are out of balance no matter how you look at it. Kevin works for a big company. He's an elite. I pity Kevin, who is parasitized by you. What? What do you mean by parasitized? You don't have a job, do you? Excuse me? Kevin told me. He said you stay at home all day long. Kevin is a well-paid man, so you're probably planning to be a housewife when you get married. But you don't have a baby yet, so you don't want to live a life without a job. Don't you feel sorry for Kevin, who is working hard? I'm working. Huh? You're lying. The apartment you live in is just a stone's throw from my house. I can tell if you go to work every morning or not. I think I've explained this before. I don't work for a company. I work freelance and use my home as my workspace. I do go out when I have to meet my clients, though. Freelance, huh? I don't know what you're doing. You're only making pocket money, right? That's not true. Even when I was single, I earned enough money from my current job. I was able to live by myself all my life. I'm sure you lived in poverty, eating cheap stuff every day. Well, actually... By the way, Ashley, if you get married, of course we'll live together, right? What? When I decided to get married and went to your place to say hello, I thought we agreed not to live together. I've changed my mind. I see. At the time, my husband was next to me, so I was reserved. I thought my husband would be angry if I pressured Kevin's wife to move in with us, so I kept quiet. But I still think that the eldest son and his wife should live with their parents. Besides, you don't have a good job. You'll save money on rent if you stay with us. It's good for you too, right? I've been telling you that I'm working, Melissa. If you refuse to move in with us, I'll cancel the wedding next month. I'm not moving in with you, and you don't have the authority to cancel my wedding. Are you trying to get on my nerves? I'm your mother-in-law. You're in a position to marry into my family. It's only natural that you listen to me. I'm sorry, I have a meeting now, so if you'll excuse me. What? A meeting? Yes, I have a meeting at 3, so I'd better get ready. Isn't 3 o'clock soon? You won't make it in time, will you? The meeting is a lie, isn't it? The meeting is online, so I can have it from home. Well then... Hey, Ashley! I haven't finished talking yet. Oh my! Ignoring your mother-in-law. I can't let my son marry a cocky bitch like you after all. I'm going to have to do something about this in earnest. Hey, Kevin, can I have a word now? Huh? Yeah, but I only have a minute. Are you still at work? No, I'm done working. I'm just out. You've been out a lot lately. I'm just going out for a drink with some friends. So, what do you want? Well, I was wondering if you could help me out with something about your mother. My mother? What about her? She thinks I'm unemployed. She wants me to cancel the wedding. And she wants me to move in with her when we get married. She's just now coming to me with all these things. I see. Well, we can't cancel our wedding, but I'd be happy to move in with her. What? You're in favor of living together too? You said before that we should live just the two of us as newlyweds. We've already decided on a new house. Well, it might be easier if it's just the two of us. But I'm the eldest son. I have to take care of Mom and Dad in the future. I think it's better if we live together. But your parents are still young and in good health. I don't think you have to start living with them now. It would be better for you too, wouldn't it?
What?
You don't have to pay rent if you live with them. You and Mom can share the housework too.
That's true, but...
What? You hate my parents?
No, I don't hate them.
Then why don't you want to live with them?
Well, not many people like to live with their in-laws. Besides, I work from home. It's going to be hard for me to work from home. Your mother doesn't seem to understand working from home very well. And you say you can save money on rent, but we're not so hard-pressed that we need to economize on rent. Let's just live just the two of us for a while.
Then why don't you quit your job?
Huh?
If you can't live with my parents because you work at home, then all you have to do is quit your job, right?
Kevin, are you serious?
I'm serious. We can live on my earnings alone. Why don't you just become a housewife after we get married?
I'm not going to quit my job. I've worked hard to get this far.
You can do whatever you want. Just don't get in too much trouble with Mom. Don't forget that you're my wife.
What?
And please think positively about moving in with her.
I can't.
Don't be selfish. I'm meeting my friends now. See you later.
What? Wait a minute. Kevin.
Ashley, how dare you betray my son? I'll never forgive you.
What? What are you talking about?
It's no use playing dumb. I saw you cheating on him with my own eyes.
What? I'm not cheating on him. Where and when did you see me?
Yesterday, you were at the cafe in front of the station, weren't you? You were wearing a suit, which is unusual for you, and you were talking happily with a guy.
Oh, that was a business meeting. I needed to discuss some stuff with my client, so we were meeting at a cafe.
Why were you meeting at a cafe? You said you work from home.
I told you I sometimes go out when necessary to meet my clients. I often use that cafe as a meeting place. It's convenient because it's close to the station, and it's quiet enough for business meetings.
That was a date, no matter how you look at it. You were smiling happily, and you always dress so casually in a t-shirt and jeans. You rarely wear a suit.
Of course I would smile at a client who is giving me a job. Besides, we're meeting for a business meeting. I can't just wear a t-shirt and jeans.
I see. So your client is the one you're cheating on Kevin with?
No.
Then prove it right now. I'll believe you if you have proof.
Proof?
See, I knew it. You can't prove it. If you don't have any proof, then it's definitely an affair.
No way.
I guess we'll have to cancel the wedding. You're marrying my son for his money, aren't you?
I'm not after his money.
If you go through with the wedding, I'll reveal your ugly truth at the wedding. I'll tell people that you're having an affair with another man, and that you're a money-grubbing bitch who wants to get married for my son's money.
That's terrible.
Anyway, I'll tell Kevin that you've been cheating on him.
Wait a minute. The company I was meeting with was...
Yeah. I won't listen to any of your excuses. If Kevin finds out his fiancée was cheating on him, I'm sure he'll be disappointed. Well, I'm glad I found out who you really are before the wedding.
I'm not having an affair.
Who would believe a word you say? I will never forgive you for betraying my precious son. You better prepare yourself for what's coming next. Ashley, tomorrow is supposed to be Kevin and your wedding, but I've called the wedding hall to cancel it.
What? You canceled my wedding?
Yes, but don't worry. I've already notified all the invited guests. Well, there will be a cancellation fee, but that can't be helped. I'll have Kevin pay for it.
I haven't heard anything from Kevin. Did you cancel on your own?
Oh, I'll make sure to tell Kevin later. I'm sure he'll be happy to hear it. I'm sure he doesn't want to have a wedding with a woman who cheats on her fiancé.
Thank you very much.
Huh?
I'm so glad. Now I don't have to get married.
Huh? What do you mean? To be honest, I was wondering if I should have the wedding. What? Kevin said before that we didn't have to live together with his parents, but now he's saying that we should live together after all. He even asked me to quit my job if we get married. Well, there are many other things, so I'm starting to think that maybe I shouldn't marry him. Really? That's why I'm glad you canceled the wedding. Well, that kind of pisses me off. I thought you'd be sad that I canceled it. I didn't expect you to be happy. Well, now that I'm rid of my cocky daughter-in-law, I'm going to have a family celebration with Kevin and my husband tonight. Hey, Ashley. Melissa, what's going on so early in the morning? Hey, what the hell is this? Last night, my husband suddenly said he's divorcing me. Oh my, weren't you celebrating last night? How could we celebrate? My husband couldn't forgive me for canceling the wedding without his permission. He was furious, packed his bags and left. Well, you decided all by yourself without consulting anyone. But it's your fault that you were unfaithful. Why was my husband so angry? I don't get it at all. Did you tell your husband that I was cheating on Kevin? Of course I did. I told him that you were having a date at a cafe in front of the station, but pretended that it was a business meeting. I told him the whole truth. No wonder your husband got angry. What? The person I was meeting with, he's an employee of your husband's company. What? Your husband knew that the person in charge and I were meeting outside the office. Oh no! The guy you were meeting with was from my husband's company? Why didn't you tell me earlier? I tried to tell you, but you assumed I was having an affair, and you wouldn't listen to me. But I'm sure you were trying to marry my son for his money, right? You wanted to be a parasite on Kevin, who worked for a big company. You thought you'd enjoy being a housewife after marriage, didn't you? That's your fantasy, Melissa. What part of that is a fantasy? My annual income is $1 million. $1 million? I make many times more than Kevin does. It's impossible for me to marry him for his money, isn't it? That's a lie. If you don't believe me, check with Kevin. So Kevin knows that you're making $1 million? Yes, he knows. He didn't tell me. Rather, he made it sound like your job is not a big deal. How can you say that a job making $1 million is not a big deal? Well, I guess he didn't want to admit the fact that I make more money than he does. And by the way, Kevin was the one who cheated on me. Huh? Kevin cheated on you? I've suspected it for a while. He seemed to go out a lot at night. We're getting married soon, but his attitude towards me was cold. That's why I hired a professional investigator to look into it. The results were completely black. He was having an affair with a junior colleague. No way! I found out right before the wedding, so I was really troubled. If we suddenly canceled the wedding, it would cause trouble for the guests. But then, you took the liberty of calling the wedding hall to cancel the wedding. To be honest, I was relieved. I didn't have to marry a vain, cheating husband. What's that? And so, I'm going to be single, and so are you. Let's wish good luck to both of us. Wait a minute. There's no way I can get through this. Unlike you, I don't earn a penny. I won't be able to survive if my husband abandons me. Then why don't you work hard and earn money? It's impossible for me to work at my age. Melissa, you're still in your 60s. I think you're still young. Please, Ashley, can you explain the situation to my husband for me? That it was a misunderstanding when I suspected your affair. I need you to convince my husband to stop thinking about divorce. I don't want to. You'll have to handle this on your own. Well then... Wait, Ashley! Ashley, Marry me after all. Huh? What happened all of a sudden? The wedding was canceled. I thought there would be no marriage with me. I apologize for everything that's happened. What? I'm sorry for making you live with my parents. I also apologize for trying to get you to quit your job. And for cheating on you.
Oh, so your mother told you, huh?
You never said anything about it. I thought you never found out. But Mom told me you hired an investigator.
Yes, I did. I found out about your affair right before the wedding, so I didn't tell you. I thought maybe if you married me, you'd stop having an affair. I had a faint hope. But thanks to your mother, the wedding was canceled. And I'm glad we were able to break up.
I'm breaking up with the other woman, so I want you to start over with me.
What's the point now? I don't want to start over.
Don't say that.
You didn't want to marry me either, did you? When your mother canceled the wedding, you didn't say anything.
Because I heard from my mother that you cheated on me. I thought it was inevitable that we would break off the engagement.
As for my affair, your mother was wrong.
Yeah, my dad told me. And, I quit my job.
What? Why?
My boss found out I was having an affair with a junior colleague. She can't get fired for cheating. But word spread fast within the company, and all my coworkers looked at me with white eyes. I didn't think I could keep my job under these circumstances, so I voluntarily submitted my resignation.
Oh, really? Is that why you decided to ask me to support you?
No, of course I'll look for a job, but it's not like I'll be able to get a new job anytime soon. You make $1 million. It's no big deal to take care of me alone, right?
Screw you. Why should I have to support you?
Don't be so cold. We promised to get married once, didn't we?
Yes, we did. I regret it so much. I realized how I lack ability to judge people.
Please, I can't ask my dad for help. He got divorced from Mom and moved out. Mom is a stay-at-home mom with no income. You're the only one I can rely on.
You've got to be kidding me. I left a piece of shit like you. There's no way we're starting over.
Ashley?
Oh yes, I'll charge you alimony.
Huh? Alimony?
Of course. You cheated on me while we were engaged.
Whoa, wait. I just quit my job.
I don't give a shit about that. I'm sure you'll be hearing from my lawyer from now on.
Give me a break. I just paid the wedding cancellation fee. I've got nothing in savings.
You can complain to your mother about that.
I can't pay alimony.
I'll make you pay me even if you have to borrow money. Gotta go. Kevin, who was literally penniless, had to borrow money to pay me alimony as expected. He desperately looked for a new job, but he couldn't find one. He is now working part-time at a day job to make ends meet. As for Melissa, after her divorce from her husband, she spent all the money she received from her share of the property in no time at all. So she reluctantly started working part-time. Now Kevin and Melissa are living together in poverty. As for me, I had been living near Melissa's house, but when I separated from Kevin, I moved to a faraway place. Perhaps because I feel more refreshed, I am able to produce better results at work. I am now spending my days with more energy and vitality.
Hey, Anna. What in the hell is happening that you live in such a big house with a big yard? You're so ugly you belong in a pigsty.
Mother? I haven't heard from you in a while, and now you're bad-mouthing me again?
I'm not bad-mouthing you. I'm just telling you the truth. I left a letter in your mailbox. Did you read it?
I haven't read it yet. I'm on a business trip, so I won't be able to check it until tomorrow.
Oh, you work well enough to go on a business trip? I was wondering what kind of bottom-tier job you have.
I don't think there's such a thing as a bottom-tier job. I'm in sales.
Oh, well, whatever.
I mean, how did you know where I live now?
I didn't even tell you where I lived. I was going to cut ties with you.
I didn't want anything to do with you ever again either. I don't even consider an ugly, slow-witted girl like you to be my daughter. But Rebecca insisted. I had no choice.
Rebecca insisted.
If you haven't read the letter, I'll tell you what it says. You get a divorce and get the hell out of that house. And give your husband and your gorgeous house to Rebecca.
Huh? What do you mean? It's absolutely ridiculous for me to give up my husband to my little sister. How could I do that?
Well, while Rebecca was hanging out with her friends, she saw you and a guy walking together, and the guy was exactly her type.
What?
She followed you to find out what was going on, and she said you guys went into the same house together.
She followed us?
Of course. She even checked with the neighbors and got information that you two were a married couple.
That's how you found out where I lived, huh?
You live in a house with a big yard, so your husband must be rich, right? Perhaps he's the president of some company? I wonder how an ugly woman like you managed to get such a great catch. I feel sorry for your husband that he is married to you. I've enclosed the divorce papers with the letter, so just leave him.
What? I don't get it. Why are you so obsessed with me? I thought you only needed Rebecca as your daughter.
That's right, you're ugly and I don't need you. You ran away from home 10 years ago and never came back. Even though it was a coincidence, Rebecca had finally found you. I had no idea you were married. And with a man of Rebecca's type, and before Rebecca is married. This is just a dig at the beautiful and cute Rebecca, isn't it? Just because you can't beat your sister with your ugly face, I can't believe you take a dig at her like this. It's scary how unattractive ugly people can be.
I don't know what type of men Rebecca likes. You say you don't want me, so leave me alone. I'm not going to get involved with such a terrible family again.
Anyway, Rebecca likes your husband. If you feel bad that you got married before the beautiful Rebecca, divorce him quickly and give him to Rebecca. Rebecca says she'll forgive you if you give your husband and the house to her within a month. You, the ugly big sister, should give them to your pretty little sister.
You're so rude.
Huh?
I'm not giving my husband to Rebecca. He's not a thing. Tell Rebecca to give up my husband and find someone else.
Anna, don't be selfish.
Selfish? I'm selfish.
You're being selfish no matter how you look at it. It's the role of an ugly big sister to fulfill her pretty little sister's wishes. I always thought you were never meant to be born and that you were an obstacle. But maybe this is what you were born for? Stop messing around and do your job. Your husband would rather have a pretty girl than an ugly one.
You're not making any sense. I just sent my husband a screenshot of your texts.
Oh, really? He's saying that he's dumping the ugly wife to be with Rebecca, isn't he?
He says he doesn't want to.
What? Well, he can only say that for now. If he meets Rebecca in person, I'm sure he'll fall in love with her at first sight. I'll set him up on a date with Rebecca, so tell him to give me his contact information.
He says he doesn't want to do that either.
What?
You know what? He knows that I've lived my whole life being abused by my mother and my sister. You guys have been hurting me since I was a little girl, calling me ugly and slowpoke. He hates you even more than I do.
Huh? It's only natural that my love and affection go out to my sweet Rebecca. First of all, the reason you get hurt when people call you ugly and slowpoke is because you really are ugly and slowpoke, aren't you? If you're as perfect and beautiful as Rebecca is, any kind of slander you receive will be nothing more than a form of jealousy. If you're shocked, that means you're ugly and slowpoke. What's wrong with calling ugly people ugly? I'm just telling the truth. Don't play the victim with me.
Yeah, you're right. You guys have been saying that for a long time. You've been undermining me ever since my beloved father died. You've been spending the inheritance my father left me, and neither you nor Rebecca are working at all. Now you're going to rip off my husband, aren't you? Did my father's inheritance already run out? It's a shame that you have to rely on me, the ugly and slowpoke person, to get money. But, well, my husband doesn't like Rebecca. so I hope you won't get involved anymore.
Oh dear, I'm not going to get anywhere talking to you. I have no choice but to come over tomorrow with Rebecca.
What? You're coming?
I'm going to ask your husband to take a shine to Rebecca. Rebecca is so cute. I bet he'll fall in love with her at first sight. He's been looking at your ugly face for so long, his eyes might be getting rotten. But I'm sure Rebecca's beauty will heal them.
Your words don't make sense. Well, my husband and I are both at work, so we won't be here.
You just need to take some time off.
Don't make it sound so easy. It's a big mistake to think that everything will go your way.
Your husband is the president of the company, so he can be flexible with his time off. Anyway, you should definitely be home tomorrow. Also, it would be better to proceed with the divorce right away. If you're not home, why don't you have your husband open the letter and write the divorce papers first?
Don't just push things from one side. Besides, my husband is not the president.
Quit being selfish. I'll see you tomorrow.
That's enough.
Hey, Anna. What are you waiting for? Come pick us up. We're at your house and you haven't come out for ages. Don't tell me you're not home. Rebecca's looking forward to seeing her new husband.
Wow, you're really here. I told you I'm working.
I told you to be home. Don't you feel bad for Rebecca?
Not at all.
What?
We've never been getting along to begin with, so why would I feel sorry for her? I think we're as good as cut off from each other. I don't want to see you, and I don't want you to get involved in my life. I mean, can't you see that I'm usually not around when you barge in on a weekday afternoon like this? Well, I guess unemployed people like you and Rebecca don't understand. You completely lack understanding of others' inconvenience, don't you? I'm sure you're parking the car sideways in front of our house now, blocking the way, aren't you? Can you please leave now?
What a rude daughter.
I refuse to be your daughter. Oh, I'll take this as a good opportunity. I'll start calling you by your name, Madeline.
Fine. Well, I'll let you off the hook for today. But you're sorely mistaken if you think things will go your way.
Hey, sis. Stop being so mean to me just because you can't beat me with your ugly face. Why aren't you giving your husband to me?
Rebecca, did you come with your mother? You're still at the front of our house, aren't you?
Yes, I am. Why did an ugly woman like you get married before me? And why are you living in such a beautiful house with a big yard? And with such a handsome president who's rolling in dough? That house is mine.
Hey, watch your mouth. Don't talk about my husband like that.
Well, whatever. He's my husband now. Think about it. Instead of being married to an ugly woman like you, since I'm a pretty woman, your husband will be happier if he marries me, don't you think? If you really love your husband, why don't you think about his happiness and step aside?
What are you saying? I don't understand.
I guess you don't get it, you ugly asshole sister. Ugly assholes should act like one, you know. I came all the way here to marry your husband. Not only are you not divorced, you're not even home. Don't you dare treat me like an asshole.
Rebecca, you've always wanted what's mine, and you always took things away from me. You've never given me anything back.
So what? You, the ugly big sister, should be giving your pretty little sister whatever she wants. What's yours is mine. That's the rule in the house.
I've already moved out of my parents' house, so I won't follow that rule. I don't care what you say. I'm not giving you my husband.
Oh, right. Then I'll make sure you know your place. I'll make you regret your overbearing ways. Prepare yourself.
Madeline, what the hell has happened to my front door and the yard? It was you and Rebecca, wasn't it?
What are you talking about?
The front door has been painted that reads, "Give me back my husband," and "The wife of this house is a predatory woman." And the flower beds in the garden have been raised.
I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea whatsoever. Don't tell me you're trying to pin this on me and Rebecca by making up your own story. Oh well, The envy of the ugly person goes this far, huh? It's disgusting.
It's no use playing dumb. We have security cameras installed in our house.
Camera?
Not only at the entrance, but also in the yard. I caught Madeline and Rebecca having fun and getting into trouble. Well, it's an ugly sight that makes you want to cover your eyes. It's enough as evidence, isn't it?
Oh, well, if that's the case, well, fine. Well, now you know, don't you? This is what happens when you make me and Rebecca angry. If you understand, then get off your ass and give your handsome husband to your sister.
Are you still saying that?
Of course. If you don't get a divorce, you'll get hurt. Maybe someone will attack you on the street at night.
That's a blackmail charge, says my husband.
Huh?
The front door and the flower beds are property damage charges.
Huh? I don't like it. You're starting to sound like a cop.
Yeah, my husband is a police officer. Is that okay with you?
What?
Nah, how can you be okay, right?
A police officer? Wait a minute. Your husband is not the president?
I never said anything like that.
I was deceived. You're the one guilty of fraud.
Can you please stop playing the victim? You're the one who made the mistake of thinking he's the president.
I thought you were rich because you live in such a big house. And it's in an upscale residential area. How can a police officer live in such a big house?
You've been rambling on about how our house is so big, but it's actually not that special to me. My husband's colleague's house and my junior colleague's house are similar. The house where we lived with my father was like this too, remember? Oh, maybe because you're living in a shabby house now, my house, which is just a common average house, looks like a big house to you.
Shut up.
Hit the nail on the head, didn't I? You've used up my father's inheritance, haven't you? You moved to a shabby place and are living in poverty, right? So, you went snooping around and you found our house. You found out that I was married, so you tried to steal my husband and have him marry Rebecca to get money, huh? You're such a dirty person.
Just hurry up and divorce your husband. I don't care if he's not the president at this point. It's so sad that he's married to an ugly woman like you. Let him marry my sweet Rebecca ASAP.
I think it's more sad if my husband is going to marry a criminal, don't you think?
What? A criminal?
As I said before, we have proof from security cameras. I also took screenshots of the texts we're exchanging right now. My husband has already contacted the authorities, and they are going to move on it.
Move on it?
To arrest you, I suppose.
What?
Damn you, ugly! You sent the police to our house? I opened the front door thinking it was a delivery service. Why are you texting me? Why don't you get caught already? I'm hiding in my room. Mom got caught. I see. I guess Madeline didn't have time to tell you what she and I discussed earlier. What is it? My husband, whom you fell in love with at first sight, is a police officer. What? He's not the president? You thought so too? Because Mom said he was the president. I was fooled. And it's definitely Mom's fault that the police came, right? The police came because you and your mother did something wrong. I don't understand. I didn't do anything wrong. You and your mother spray-painted graffiti on my front door and vandalized my flower beds. That's considered property damage. Huh? I see. You committed a crime without realizing it. I'm sure your mother took you for a ride. I honestly didn't think you were this stupid. What? A crime? Wait, am I going to be arrested? Am I going to be put in jail and sentenced to death? I don't know how serious the penalty is, but a crime is a crime. You shouldn't hide. You should get out of there. Do you want the penalty to be more serious? Well... You're an adult. You should take responsibility for your actions. Ignorance is not an excuse. Now, if you'll excuse me. After that, Madeline and Rebecca were taken away by the police. They were arrested on suspicion of damage to property. As I thought, they had spent all my father's inheritance, and they had the intention of having my husband marry Rebecca and turning him into an ATM. But this plan was thwarted, so after Madeline and Rebecca were released, they had to live in poverty. Madeline, who had been a housewife for many years, and Rebecca, who had never even had a part-time job, had to go out into the world and work with sweat equity. It seems that it's tough for them to become full-time employees because of their criminal record. Plus, the two have a personality disorder that made it difficult for them to do a decent part-time job, and they're constantly being fired. As a result, they're forced to live in extreme poverty. I, on the other hand, moved to another place with my husband, and I'm living peacefully. Last week we found out that I'm pregnant, and I will be going on maternity leave soon. I will make sure that our children will be well educated so that they will not become a crazy person like Madeline and Rebecca.
Hey Bob, what time are you coming home today? I mean, where are you?
Huh? Janet? What the hell? I'm having a good time having a drink and you're calling me. That really sucks.
What? What's with that tone? Okay, so you're having a drink, huh? Who are you with?
Just some guy from work.
What time will you be back?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know what I don't know. It means it depends on my mood. I'm getting really tired because you are calling me. I'm not going home today.
Are you staying out again? You've been out every day this week.
So what? I'm tired from work. I don't want to be with a wife like you, nagging me in my private time. You can see why I don't want to go home, right?
I work too. It's fine, go out for a drink, but at least call or text me about it. I'm making dinner and waiting for you to come home.
I didn't ask you to wait for me. You're doing it on your own. I mean, I've been staying out every day. You can guess I'm going to stay out again today. Why do I have to let you know that you can already guess?
That's not what I meant. It's just that this time my guess just happened to be right, but it might not be. I'm worried if you had an accident or something. Anyway, please call me. Even just a minute call would make a big difference in how I feel.
Huh? I have to go out of my way to make you happy?
You're not calling me to make me happy. I'm just worried about you.
Okay. That kind of thing just annoys me. Anyway, I'm staying out tonight as you expected. Okay, that's all I have to say. This is enough, right?
You know what? That's not all I'm saying.
Oh God, come on.
You took out my credit card.
What? What are you talking about? Credit card?
You don't think I noticed?
I thought I'd get away with it a little longer.
I get a credit card statement regularly. Even if you didn't get caught once, if you take it out 5 or 6 times and spend a lot of money, it's only natural that I would find out. When you stayed out this past Monday, you used my credit card to pay for your stay and you paid at the pub with my credit card. If you're going to talk about how tired you are from work, why don't you use the money you earn from your job to eat and drink? Why don't you at least pay for dinners with your colleagues with your own credit card?
Yeah, well, I'm your husband. It's great to have fun with your credit card.
Huh?
Oh, don't cancel your credit card. If you did that, I'll divorce you immediately.
Divorce? That's extreme.
You think so? But maybe it's more realistic than you think, huh?
Huh?
I know it's impossible for you to get a divorce from me because you're an employee of my father's company. Because you are my wife, Dad promoted you to section chief. If you make me angry and end up divorcing me, my dad would be furious and fire you. Unlike me, who is an executive at the company, your salary is tiny. You don't even have much money saved up. You're an assistant manager because of me, and if I divorced you and you got fired, you won't be able to survive on your own.
You keep bringing that up. And if you say you make more money than me, you should spend your own money. You're the son of a CEO and a board member, and you're using your wife's credit card without her permission? You're not ashamed of it?
I'm not ashamed of it. My wife's property is also my property. You should be thankful that I'm using it.
Huh?
I'm a corporate executive and I'm using your money to entertain our important clients. You're only doing a menial job. It's an honor for you to be able to pay for entertaining bigwigs.
What's that supposed to mean? I don't get it. Whether you're a board member, I'm a section chief, or we are a married couple, that doesn't mean you can use my credit card without my permission.
You're a real loudmouth, aren't you? That's why you'll never get ahead. And I don't want to go home either. Okay, my companion needs me. I've got to go.
Oh, hey. Hey, you. Are you planning on never coming home? When I came home, your clothes and personal belongings were gone.
Huh? Why would I do that? I own that house. You're the one who's leaving. Well, I don't think you've got the balls to leave.
Then why were they gone?
I'm going on an overseas trip tomorrow.
Huh?
I'm going to enjoy sightseeing with my friends from college for about 2 weeks.
Don't tell me you're going to use my credit card for your travel.
Of course I am.
Hey!
Let me tell you one more time just in case. If you cancel your credit card, I'm divorcing you. I'm going to tell my dad and I'm going to get you fired.
Don't bring it up. If you keep talking about it, I have an idea too.
Oh wow, what kind of idea is that? You're an assistant manager because of me and my dad. You seem to think you're a big shot now that you're married to me, the boss's son. Do you think you have the right to interfere in the company's affairs?
You don't seem to take me seriously.
Of course I don't. I'm going on a trip with your credit card.
You've got to be kidding me. Give me back my credit card as soon as possible. You can't use someone else's credit card in the first place. Are you even aware that you are misusing my credit card?
What a pain in the ass. Your credit card is mine too. It's going to be okay as long as you keep your mouth shut. You're really pissing me off with you being fussy. I've made up my mind. If you make a fuss about your credit card, I'll not only divorce you and fire you, but I'll spread rumors about you and make it socially impossible for you to ever get back on your feet again. I'll make sure that you'll never be able to find a new job again and you'll have no choice but to die. You're an incompetent bitch by nature. Don't forget that you have a job thanks to me and my father.
How can you be so unreasonable? Don't you think you are miserable?
You're the one who's miserable. You don't want me to divorce you, but you're howling like a loser who won't be listened to. It's so funny. If you have a problem with me, why don't you just cancel your card? I don't think you have the guts to do that. It's nice to travel with friends from college who know each other well. It's so refreshing to see the beautiful scenery of a foreign country. Happy to forget about my nagging wife. I don't have to think about money when I go shopping.
Friends from college? You mean the one you cheated on your wife with?
Huh?
I saw my credit card statement. You're cheating on me. I saw a credit card bill with a fancy hotel.
What? What are you talking about?
Don't play dumb with me. You've been staying at a regular hotel and a fancy hotel alternatively since last week. You must have been going to the regular hotels with your girlfriend. You lied about going out for drinks with the bigwigs. You're traveling with your affair partner this time too, right? You leave such clear evidence. How much more do you have to screw me over?
I guess I'm busted. Well, I don't care if you found out.
Are you going to ask your father to fire me and divorce me?
That's right. You can't divorce me anyway. I'm still going to go out with the person I cheated on you with. And I'll do whatever I want with this credit card.
I've already cancelled it. Are you okay with that?
What? You still don't get it, do you? If you do that, I'll divorce you. Are you listening to me?
I told you, I already cancelled it. I had deactivated the card before I texted you. You can't use that card anymore.
What? What did you say? Activate it now, or else I'll divorce you.
You can divorce me, so I've cancelled.
Huh? You've got to be kidding me. I'm going to tell my dad and get you fired. I'm going to stigmatize you so bad that you'll never be able to return to society again.
You're the one who's going to get fired.
Huh?
Let me get this straight. The president has decided to remove you from the board of directors and cut off ties with you. Therefore, you are out of a job starting today.
What? What? I'm off the board? Why?
Because you were having an affair. You were running up so much debt that your credit cards were stopped and you were being chased by debt collectors. And I heard that you spent almost all of that money on women.
How did you know that?
Debt collectors came to our house and your parents' house. And we caught you with a woman on the hotel security cameras. I knew something was wrong because you're a rich guy, but you wouldn't use your own credit card. Then I saw that your own credit card has been stopped. I was so amused.
My dad.
Of course he knows. Not only your father, but all the board members and socialites. They all know that you're going to be disowned as an unfaithful son. You were boasting about being the president's son and a board member, but you didn't do any work at all. You were fooling around in the daytime and spending a lot of money on women. He said that all the board members agreed to expel such a drifter from the board. Even your father.
Oh no, I'm the boss's son. If anyone should be fired, it's you. You've got to be a section chief thanks to me and my father. You're essentially an incompetent woman. You're a worthless piece of shit even as a regular employee.
What's that? Are you talking about yourself?
Huh?
You only became an executive thanks to your father. You'd be a worthless bum even as a regular employee if it weren't for your parents' support.
I'm not like that. You're the scum.
I guess the boss doesn't share your opinion. He chose to keep me at the company and fire you. So you're out of a job from today. Your father cut ties with you and I'm divorcing you. And of course I'm going to charge you and your girlfriend an alimony.
Alimony?
You committed adultery. Of course. Like I said, I have proof of the affair. With a little digging, I can find out the name of the person you're having an affair with.
Are you really a human? You know I'm in debt and they want my credit cards. And on top of that, you're demanding alimony from me even though I got fired? You're so heartless.
Huh, you were cheating and misusing credit cards. I can't believe you're saying that. The end of the world. Oh man. Oh, and I'll get you to pay me back for what you spent on my credit card.
Are you gonna do that too?
Of course. If you don't have the money now, I won't ask for it all at once. If you don't pay back the credit card debt first, the debt collectors might try to kill you.
Huh? Killing me? You're overreacting. I'm the president's son. They can't kill me.
Didn't I tell you? Your father cut ties with you. You're not the president's son anymore. You're just an unemployed man in debt.
Oh no, I can't believe I'm in that miserable position.
You can pay me in installments, but I'll make sure you pay me back in full. Of course, you'll have to pay me with your own money. You're not going to work for your father's company and get paid for doing nothing. You should pay me with the money you earned.
Janet?
What?
I'm breaking up with my affair partner.
Huh?
I'll stop traveling today. I won't divorce you. We can be together, okay? So I just want you to pay for the hotel I'm staying at. Otherwise, I can't go home.
You've been verbally abusive to me all this time, and you've done whatever you wanted. Now you're like this when you're in a pinch.
What?
You can't change your attitude abruptly. You are insane.
Janet?
I'm telling you, our divorce is already final.
Huh?
You know those divorce papers you slammed down on me when you were drunk? I filed those at the city office last night.
No way.
Before I called you, I had finished everything. Hotel charges? I don't give a shit. Why don't you ask the girl you're having an affair with to pay for it? Ha ha ha.
I can't do that. Because I'm the boss's son and I'm rich, so I told her to let me take care of everything.
You're going to break up with her and you still worry about how you look?
Well, it's not that.
Well, it's none of my business what happens to you and your fling in the future. If she finds out who you are and that you've been fired, she'll probably dump you in a minute. Oh, and I told the debt collectors about your flight home. Don't worry, they'll pick you up at the airport.
Huh? Are you serious?
Even if you don't get caught at the airport, you don't have a home to go back to. The house we used to live in is going to be foreclosed soon as a part of the debt. I've already moved out, so don't worry about me. I'll get my lawyer to talk to you from now on. See you later.
Wait a minute, Janet. Don't be so cold. We're a married couple, right? You have to help me. Janet!
Bob was relying on my credit card to stay in a suite at a luxury hotel. And he was so panicked when my credit card was cancelled that he ended up paying for it with his girlfriend's card. He managed to cover it up at the time, but when he returned to the US, he met all the debt collectors at the airport. There, the cheating partner found out about everything and dumped him. I demanded him and his girlfriend a refund of the unauthorized use of my credit card and a compensation. The cheating partner paid in a lump sum, but Bob paid in installments. As expected, he is being chased by the credit card debt in his name and other debts. The house that Bob and I lived in has been foreclosed on, and Bob has been disowned by his parents. He has moved into a rundown apartment and is working part-time jobs from morning to night. He was a company executive, but he did nothing. He has no office work or customer service skills, and that it seems a long way to become a full-time employee. I am still working for Bob's father's company. I was worried that this would make me feel uncomfortable, but my colleagues, the president, the board members, etc. all sympathize with me, and they appreciate my ability to do my job. I will continue to work here and return the favor.
Hey, didn't I tell you to grab some groceries for my sister? Make sure you give her a proper welcome. She's back to the States after a long time. Do you understand? Yeah, I remember you mentioning that. I've already got some ideas on what to make, so I'll swing by the supermarket later. Isn't it crazy that Erin, who's younger than you, is out there working overseas? She's making moves. A real success story. Unlike you, you know. Yeah, she's very different from me. I'm proud to have her as my sister-in-law. I really think she's amazing. That's why you need to give her the welcome she deserves with all your damn effort. That's the only thing you could do, right? You brainless idiot. Okay. Once you're done with today's shopping and dinner prep, make sure you clean the house properly. Seriously, why can't you just make this a regular thing? How many times do I have to remind you? It's all your fault we're stuck living in this mess. You never pull your weight. I clean every day, but I can't just go touching your stuff and your parents' stuff without permission, you know? So, could you please handle tidying up those areas? What? I always clean up after myself. Are you trying to say that it's our fault that the house is messy? No, if that's the case, would it be okay for me to throw things that seem unnecessary in my judgment? Huh? Of course not. If you do that, I won't forgive you. Then what should I do? Seriously, how stupid are you? Come on, use your brain for once and figure that out yourself. I'm sorry. Show some more respect for Mom and Dad too. You're living under their roof. You should be grateful. If you have common sense, you'd at least keep your room clean every day, right? I am grateful. Oh, really? I don't think so. Ever since your parents passed away, they've been treating you like one of their own, right? You should appreciate it every day. Of course, I'd love to clean the house as a way of saying thank you. But I work every day too, so I can't make everything perfect. Shut up. Don't talk back to me. You just work part-time, yet you sound like you make more than me. Who do you think you are, really? I'm sorry. If I left you, you wouldn't be able to survive on your own. Know your place. Don't you dare get cocky. Do you understand? I understand. You are right. I can't live without you. I'm sorry for talking back to you. Once work is finished, I'll go pick up Luke right away. Then we'll go grocery together, and after preparing dinner, I'll clean the whole house, so please forgive me. Good. Just do as I said. My name is Maddie. I'm 28 years old and I work part-time while raising my kid. Andy and I got married 4 years ago, and not long after, I discovered I was pregnant. I had plans to go back to my hometown for the birth, but fate had other ideas. My parents got into an accident and they didn't make it. Until then, Andy's parents have been supportive throughout everything. They were ecstatic about becoming grandparents for the first time. Concerned about me being depressed after my parents' death, they suggested that we all live together. I was in a vulnerable state, so I accepted their offer without much consideration. Looking back, it wasn't the best decision. Since then, Andy and his parents have been manipulating me every day. They constantly tell me I'm useless. I know I don't deserve this treatment, but I feel completely trapped. I have zero freedom, and there's nothing I can do about it. They even tell me I should be grateful that someone like me ended up marrying a man like Andy. Why should I have to put up with this awful treatment? Tomorrow, I'm meeting my sister-in-law for the first time since the wedding, and I'm anxious about it. Just like Andy's parents, I'm scared that if I don't make a good impression on her, she might treat me the same way they do. But at that time, I had no idea that my sister-in-law would change my life. Yay! My plan worked! Where are you right now? I'm at the park now. Park? Isn't it quite cold today? Why don't you go to a cafe or somewhere warm? I don't have any money. What? Really? My salary is all managed, and I don't have any pocket money. Managed? By who? It's all managed by Andy's mom. Then what do you do when you want to hang out with your friends or something? How do you buy things that you need in your daily life? I haven't seen my friends since the wedding because I'm not allowed to contact them. I only get $5 per month, so I just buy my stuff at the dollar store. And when I can't afford the salon, I just end up cutting my own hair. Seriously? That's unbelievable! What do you mean you can't contact your friends? They deleted all my contacts. All that's left on my phone now are Andy and his parents. My phone is checked every day, so even if I add a new contact, it gets deleted right away. I've given up trying to get in touch with anyone. They check your phone? And not just my brother, but even my parents? Yeah, he wanted to ensure I'm under their control. They've even restricted my internet access. Plus, they monitor my location using GPS, so I turned off the GPS earlier. I see. You don't think it's normal, right? Of course, I'm suffering every day. But the thing is, they always use my son to control me. If I don't do exactly what they say, they threaten to keep my son away from me. It's like I'm backed into a corner with no other option but to just put up with it all. Oh my God! Really? That's terrible! No wonder you're struggling financially in such a situation. When you whispered to me if I wanted to escape, and then you mentioned you had a plan, I felt this incredible sense of relief wash over me. You are my only hope, Erin. I knew if I made it too obvious, we'd definitely be in trouble. When I returned home after a long time and saw how you interacted with the three of them, I immediately realized something was wrong. You've been doing everything alone in the house. You cooked all the food, but you didn't eat any of it. Neither my brother nor my parents seemed to notice or say anything about it. You looked so pale, and you've lost a lot of weight since the last time we met. I thought you probably didn't get enough to eat regularly. My suspicions were confirmed when I went to the kitchen to talk to you and found you eating the leftover sauce from the pot and the scraps stuck to the frying pan. Oh no, you saw me in the kitchen? I'm really embarrassed. My meals are always like that. If they can't finish their meal, I'll eat the leftovers. At first, I hated it, but I thought I'd collapse if I didn't eat. And that's how I eat my meal. Oh God, I had no idea you were going through such a hard time. I should have seen it sooner. I'm so sorry. No, I'm grateful for your help. You told me to trust you, follow your lead, and promise nothing bad would happen. So I went along with it. When you suggested to eat the cake that you brought for us, you told me that I should say, "It looks bad. I won't eat such a disgusting-looking cake." As you planned, Andy got mad immediately. He told me I was disrespecting you, and he told me to get out. So when I tried to leave, you also went along with it and said, "I've been overseas for a while, but I'm still part of this family. If you hate me, you should leave this house. After that, even your parents started saying that I should leave the house. Thanks to that, I was able to leave the house. I appreciate it, thank you. No, don't worry about it. I'm the one who should apologize. I never imagined that my own brother and parents would treat you like a slave. My family has truly done something unforgivable. That's nothing for you to apologize for, Erin. It's not as bad as your situation, but my parents treated me terribly as I grew up. What? Really? But they looked so happy when you came back. That's because I'm successful at my job now. They probably believe that if they continue to show affection towards me, their old age will be secure. When we were kids, it was always about my brother. I was always neglected. Even though I wanted to wear girly things, I was always made to wear my brother's old clothes and such. Even with food, they always cooked what my brother requested. They never bought anything for me. Really? That's why I studied so hard. When I finished high school, I decided to live on my own. Well, even though they're like that, they're still my family. I do feel grateful for them for raising me, so that's why I visit them like this. But I can never forgive them for what they did to my sister-in-law. I haven't seen you since the wedding. I had no idea at all. How long has she been like this? Don't tell me it's been like this since you got married. No, for a while after we got married, Andy was really sweet to me, and his parents were nice to me too. Things changed after I got pregnant, or more likely after my parents died in the accident. At that time, they were worried about me, who was crying every day. That's when your parents offered me to live with them. I never imagined things would turn out like this. I can't forgive what they did to you, who was grieving the loss of your parents. I really can't forgive it. I understand the situation now. I'll leave the house with your son. Is there anything you need? I'll take that with me and leave. Don't worry. My personal belongings are almost gone. The only thing I cherished was a memento of my parents. I brought it with me when I left home. Okay, got it. But are you sure you'll be okay? If you leave with my son, won't they notice eventually? It'll be fine. Luke said he wants ice cream, so I asked them if they wanted to come with us to get ice cream. But all three of them were drunk, so they didn't say anything. Maybe I gave them all a little too much booze. I'm sorry for dragging you into this. Don't worry. They don't stand a chance against me. Anyway, I'm heading to where you are now. Which park are you at? It's a bit far, but I'm at South Park in the neighboring town. I thought I might get caught by my husband if I stayed closer. What? You walked all the way there? Got it. I'll take a cab and head there. Oh yeah, there's one thing I want you to bring as evidence. Huh? Evidence? Can you take a photo of the conversation between Andy and a woman? Andy is cheating on me. What? Really? With who? Her name is Ruby. Got it. Leave it to me. Hey, where the hell are you? I was just so happy to see my sister after a long time. I got drunk and fell asleep. When I woke up, I couldn't see you anywhere in the house. Do you even know what time it is right now? You turned off your GPS, huh? I'll punish you when I get back. Come back right now. You're the one who told me to get out, right? I have no intention of going back to that house anymore. Huh? Do you even understand what you're saying? Are you saying you're okay with not being able to see your son? What can you do without money and by yourself? Now, if you come back and get down on your knees, I'll forgive you. I'm not alone. My son is with me. Huh? Are you serious? What the hell are you doing? What if he gets sick being outside? Don't drag a little kid into this in such cold weather, you bastard. Then don't worry. We're in a warm and comfortable hotel room. He's sleeping peacefully. Huh? There's no way you have that much money. Don't tell me you stole money from us.
I didn't do anything like that. Aaron is with me too.
What? Erin? What the hell is going on? Come to think of it, when I woke up, she was gone. I thought maybe she went out shopping or something. You're with her? Why?
Erin said she wants to talk to you too. I'll invite her to this chat.
What?
Andy, I heard everything from Maddie. You and our parents are disgusting people. Even worse than I imagined.
Maddie, what did you say to Erin? I can't believe my sister is saying these things to me. Erin, you are a liar.
I didn't lie about anything. I just told the truth. Andy, all this time you've been threatening Erin and keeping her under your control. But that will end today. I orchestrated today's cake incident. I made her say the cake looked bad and provoked you to get angry. I never thought it would go so well. You are so predictable.
What? Really?
It was my plan to help her escape.
Oh no.
Now that I know what happened to Erin, I can't forgive you or our parents. You have 1 week to get out of the house.
What? Why? You can't say that out of nowhere.
It's all your fault. Did you forget that you live in my house? Since you and our parents haven't paid a single penny for the house, I have the right to kick everyone out. Your house? What do you mean? Oh, you didn't know? I own several real estate properties. The place where the four of you live is also one of the houses that I own. You know what? They acted all high and mighty in front of you, but my parents live off pensions, and Andy doesn't make much. They practically begged me to let them stay in my house. I had no idea. How about the debt? Debt? I don't know anything about that. It's the debt our parents racked up from gambling. My brother tried to pay it off, but since he didn't make enough money, he got into investing and it didn't work out. Believing that an amateur could profit from investments is simply unrealistic. So you paid back that money too? Oh, that's why they were so nice to you. Yes. Well, of course, they won't tell you all those stories. They've been treating you so badly for so long. But the truth is, they don't have any money to pay for this house or their debt. Their pride would never allow them to tell you that.
Erin, why are you taking Maddie's side? She's not even related to you by blood. But we're family connected by blood, aren't we? Why the hell are you doing this?
So what? She's part of my family now. Blood ties don't mean anything. It's pitiful that you can only think like that. That's why I don't want such a person living in my house. So hurry up and leave.
Maddie, this is your fault. Apologize to Erin right away. You'll be in trouble too if you had nowhere to live, wouldn't you?
What? Shouldn't you be the one apologizing? Well, even if you apologize, I won't forgive you. It's not that simple, you know. I've decided to let Erin and Luke live in another house I own. Wait, what? Really? Of course! You've been through a lot because of my family, and I want to treat you as what a real family would treat each other. I considered kicking them out and letting you live in the current house, but I'm sure there are a lot of bad memories for you. The house that's available right now is newer and nicer, so I thought it would be perfect.
All right. Do whatever you want. If you want to act like that, then I'll do everything to get custody. You're just a part-time worker. I'm a full-time employee. You don't have parents. Mine are alive and well. It's clear who can get custody, right? And of course, you're gonna pay me child support.
Do you think I don't know anything?
What? If you have something to say, say it.
I'm divorcing you. I'll have custody.
Did you read what I said? If you think you're gonna get custody, you're too damn lucky.
Oh, really? You're having an affair with Ruby, aren't you?
What are you talking about? Who's Ruby? I don't know anyone like that. Oh, come on. Stop lying. You're so obvious. It seems like you've been looking down on Maddie for a long time. She's been thinking about what she can do to get custody of Luke after they left the house. Huh? So that's why she's been checking your phone all the time. She caught you cheating with a woman named Ruby, your coworker. You looked at my phone? How could you touch my thing without permission? Oh, come on. You're always checking Maddie's phone every day, yet you have the nerve to say that? When I left home, I took screenshots of all the messages between you and Ruby. It seems like you were sharing everything you did to your wife and son. We have the evidence now, so you can't get away with this. There's no way you could get custody with that kind of evidence. No way. I'll break up with Ruby. We only hung out once. It was nothing serious. Did you forget that I took screenshots of all the messages? Why are you still lying? Besides, I just contacted Ruby and her husband. It's too late now. Are you kidding me? How did you even get their contact info? I asked your boss. Huh? The boss? No way. Well, actually, he's a good old friend of mine. I told him everything about you. He was pretty shocked. According to Ruby's husband, he will divorce Ruby. They also have kids, so of course he'll try to get custody. Once he has it, he'll likely demand child support. Oh, also, I think you will probably get fired. No way. I was kicked out of my house and now I will get fired from my job. And on top of that, there's no way I can pay the child support. Maddie, I'm sorry. I will treat you better from now on. If you want, we don't have to live with my parents. Let's forgive each other and let's live the three of us as a happy family. I refuse. Why? Why? Just think about everything you did and said to me. Do you honestly believe I would ever say I want to live with you again? You're right, Maddie. Andy, you are so miserable. We're cutting ties with you. From now on, please deal with a lawyer. I'll make sure you pay back all the money you took from Maddie's salary and provide child support. Oh no. Maddie, please forgive me. Please. Erin and I blocked Andy immediately after that conversation. After a week passed, Andy and his parents didn't want to leave the house. But Erin sold that place with immediate effect and had them move out. Thanks to a lawyer recommended by Erin, I received the money I demanded. I tried to use this money to pay the lawyer's fees and the rent to Erin, but Erin refused and said I should prioritize to use the money to start a new life with Luke. I can't thank her enough for her endless support. As for my ex-husband, after his affair was exposed, and on top of that, his work performance was bad, he immediately got fired from his job. I don't know how he is doing now, but he lost his job, has huge debts, and has selfish parents who live on a pension. I am pretty sure that he is leading a miserable life. Erin enjoyed herself in the States for a while, and then she went back overseas again. She promised to visit me and my son when she came back. Thanks to her, I was able to break free from my trapped life. Now I'll do my best to get back on my feet and start anew. Hey, why are you here? You weren't invited. Susan, I'm his daughter. I'm supposed to attend my father's funeral. No, I don't care if you're his daughter. You don't visit your parents' house at all. You never come home for New Year's holidays, Thanksgiving, or any other long vacations. Are you really his daughter? It's true that my father and I were estranged. It's true that I hardly ever visit my parents. We live far away from each other, but I'm still his daughter. And it's not that I don't visit because it's too much trouble. It is true that I didn't intend to visit. My father didn't seem to like me very much. I thought he wouldn't be happy if I came home, so I made it a point to see my mother outside the house. That's why I didn't go to my parents' house. Still, I had opportunities to see my father at weddings and funerals of relatives, and of course we talked. So it's not like I didn't see him at all. Don't just keep quibbling. I just told you the facts. That's what I call quibbling. Just on an occasion like this, you're saying you're his daughter and you're sitting there at the wake? You're being so imprudent. Well, even though things hadn't been going so well with my father lately, but it's true that he's taken care of me. So please let me at least attend his wake and funeral. I don't mean to stay very long. No, I won't let you. Why should you tell me that much? I think I have the right to attend as his daughter. You're just saying that. You really don't care about the wake and funeral, do you? Huh? How can I not care? I know what you want. What do you mean? I just want to see it through to the end with him. That's what I want. If you think I'm going to back down if you say so, you're mistaken. I won't be fooled. Oh, you think I don't know, but I know what you're up to. What you really want is your father's inheritance. Huh? What are you talking about? There's a wake being held today to remember my father. Talking about his inheritance at a time like this, don't you feel sorry for him? You talk the talk, but you don't actually mean that. You're a middle school graduate, aren't you? Yes, but what does that have to do with anything now? It has a lot to do with it. You are a middle school graduate. You probably don't work for a decent company, right? That means you're in financial trouble. You hadn't come home for a long time. The fact that you're suddenly coming home for a wake is obviously for his inheritance. Susan, you're going too far. Stop making fun of me just because I'm a middle school graduate. It's not that I'm in need of money. I'm not even thinking of receiving his inheritance. What? You're kidding. You are his daughter, so you should be entitled to his inheritance. It's a lie to say that you don't think about receiving it. I don't care what you think, but could you please stop bugging me? What? I'm bugging you? The wake isn't over yet. Even though my brother is taking care of it, I want to help him too. I don't have much time to text you. Huh? Don't get cocky. You're already here today, but I won't allow you to attend the funeral tomorrow. Even if you don't approve, I'll still attend tomorrow. What are you saying? I said no. If I don't attend, my brother and relatives will be surprised and look for me. Then go home right after the funeral tomorrow, okay? Okay, that's what I was going to do. Now if you'll excuse me. I can't believe you really tried to attend the funeral. How dare you? I'm glad I brought water just in case. You're soaking wet. I love it. Susan, why did you do this? You suddenly poured a huge bucket of water on me and said you have no inheritance? I don't need his inheritance. I told you clearly yesterday. I can't believe it. You're a middle school graduate. What kind of idiot would say that? Of course it's a lie. Susan, please stop it. It doesn't matter if I'm a middle school graduate now. I told you it does. It's obvious to me that you're a middle school graduate and you're after his inheritance. Don't attend his funeral if you're a poor person looking for your inheritance. There's no money to give you. Okay, cool. Huh? I'm sorry, I've been overseas for so long. Huh? You've been overseas? That can't be true. Don't make that up. I'm just telling you the truth. You are against me attending my father's funeral, right? Of course. I will never allow you to sit with the relatives. Your father won't be happy to see you soaking wet and dirty. So get the hell out of here. If you insist, I will leave. You'll regret what you did to me. Huh? Give me a break. What can you do to me? I'll never regret this. See ya. Janet, where are you now? Oh, Bob. Sorry you had to call me so many times. I came back to the hotel and lay down to watch TV. I fell asleep before I knew it. What's going on? You came all the way back from overseas for Dad's funeral. I'm so sorry. After the funeral started, I noticed you weren't there. I thought it was strange, but I asked my wife who was standing next to me. She told me that just before the funeral started, you suddenly collapsed, and they called the ambulance. I was told that you had been very sick since yesterday. I totally believed her. After the cremation was over, I took a break and was about to ask my wife about you. But before that, my relative came to me and asked me if I didn't know anything about it. I asked him what he was talking about. He said, I can't believe that your wife poured a bucket of water on you. Not only that, she said, your father won't be happy to see you soaking wet, and you are not qualified to sit in the family section. I'm so sorry.
It's not your fault. No worries.
But I was at the funeral.
You were busy taking care of the funeral. I'm grateful to you for that. But if she is always like that, I'm more worried about you.
Not that she's always like that, but I can't forgive her for this. Why did she pour water on you?
Oh yes, there's something she said that's been bothering me.
What?
She made fun of me being a middle school graduate and that I'm poor. She says, you're just after your father's inheritance, aren't you?
Huh? You're not after his inheritance.
Yeah, I denied it many times, but she wouldn't listen to me at all. I thought I should tell you just in case. I am not eligible for his inheritance in the first place. I tried to tell her that too, but she wouldn't listen to me at all. In the end, she just poured water on me.
I'm really sorry.
It's not something you should apologize for. I'm going to stay at a hotel today. I've come all the way back to the US, so I'm going to relax from now and go back tomorrow.
Then how about going for dinner together? I'll treat you as an apology.
Don't worry. You've got relatives over and Susan being excited. I'm sorry you have to deal with that, but...
Don't worry about it. I'm sorry about what happened.
No problem. See you later. Oh yeah, I'll be back here for his memorial service. I expect an assignment in the US around that time.
Well, that's great. Maybe we can have dinner then. I have something I want you to hear.
Yeah, okay.
I'll call you when the date gets closer.
You really haven't learned your lesson, have you? You got kicked out of the funeral and now you're back here? You've got some nerve. What on earth are you doing here? You know why I'm here, don't you? I'm here for the memorial service. See? I was right after all. Huh? You knew that after the memorial service, we would discuss the inheritance today. You came here for the inheritance, didn't you? Again? Give me a break. Don't worry. I will go back as soon as the memorial service is over. I have an appointment with a client in the US. Huh? An American client? I started my own business and am now living in the UK. What? That's a lie? There's no way a junior high school graduate can do that. I don't think you should outright deny it just because I'm a middle school graduate. With judgment like that, you won't have anyone around you. Shut up! Don't lecture me. So you really don't want your inheritance? Well, I don't have the right to inherit anything, do I? What? Is that so? You heard that my brother and I are not related by blood, right? Yes, I know that, but... I am my mother's stepchild, and my brother is my father's stepchild. When they got married, we were both already adults. We weren't adopted. This means that since my father and I are not related by blood, I have no inheritance rights. Oh no! Then what am I for? That's my line. Just as I cannot inherit this time, if my mother dies, my brother can't inherit. I didn't know that you're the president of this company and that you're living in the UK. Well, that's understandable. We met for the first time at my father's funeral. I didn't expect to get water splashed on me by someone I've known for 2 days. I really didn't know anything. Well, since you don't know, I'll tell you. Thankfully, my company is doing well, and I didn't really mean to tell you this, but I make almost 10 times as much as my brother,
so money is not a problem for me. So please don't ever say again that I'm after his inheritance or any such nonsense. To tell you the truth, I feel offended. 10 times as much? I'm sorry for all the rude things I said. The memorial service is about to start, if you'll excuse me. Janet, please, answer the phone. Where are you now? Is it you again? What is it this time? I'm on the train right now, so I can't answer your call. Where's the train headed? I need you to come over here right now. He got me wrong, and I want you to clear up any misunderstandings. You're selfish as always. I'm on my way to the airport right now. I don't have time as I take a 7 o'clock flight to UK today. Please, can you please move it to tomorrow? This is serious. There's no way I can do that. I have a lot of work to do over there. I've got people waiting for me, so I can't. I'm not following you. What are you talking about? You know what I'm talking about. My husband is divorcing me. Oh, well, you deserve it, don't you? My brother was shocked to hear that you doused me with water and told me that I was after his inheritance. I knew it was you who said something. What are you going to do about it? I just had dinner with my brother yesterday. He asked me how it happened and I told him the truth. And I like my brother. I couldn't stand the thought of him being deceived by someone like you. What do you mean by deceiving him? In fact, my brother didn't know about who you really are. So it was like he was being deceived, wasn't it? I'm getting divorced over something that small? If you think that way, I think you deserve a divorce. Wouldn't you be offended if I suddenly threw water on your parents or siblings and swore? It's the same thing. But a divorce is just too much. Susan, I know you think he doesn't know. That's not the only reason my brother wants a divorce. What? You're cheating on him. And the guy you're having an affair with is good looking, 10 years younger than you. How did you know? My brother happened to see you two together walking arm in arm. He said that he had asked for an investigation into the affair. You are cheating and the guy is not even working. They even found out that you support him financially. That's absurd. That's why you are obsessed with our father's inheritance. You are desperate to pay off the debt for your boyfriend. No, that's not true. You can't cover it up. There's plenty of evidence. My brother hired a lawyer. He said he would demand compensation and the money you spent. Oh no! Does that mean I'm getting a divorce after all? Yes. At first, he was willing to forgive the affair if you promised not to do it again. Just when he was going to talk to you about it, my father passed away. Not only did you cheat on him, but he also behaved unbelievably towards me, his own family member. He said he was fed up with you. His own family member? You guys aren't related by blood, right? So what? Is blood connection that important? We consider ourselves a family, even if we are not blood related. I don't want you to say anything about it. If he is divorcing me, I'll get his inheritance before that. That's impossible. What? Even my husband said I won't get my share of the inheritance. What the hell does that mean? I think it's because you are not legally allowed to get your spouse's parents' inheritance. Huh? Is that so? Yes, so please give up. I mean, you're getting divorced because of your affair, and yet you try to get his inheritance? What nerve? I despise you as a human being. Huh? Why do I have to hear such things? I don't have any money, so there's nothing else I can do. I'm just telling you the truth. Besides, you've been terrible to me. I deserve to say that. Well, I'll be getting to the airport soon, so if you'll excuse me. I'm sure I won't see you again. Take care. Bye. Oh no! What am I supposed to do? I didn't expect him to find out about my affair. If you make 10 times as much as him, then lend me some money. Please. Now that we've got to know each other, you can help me. Hey, are you listening to me? Please help me. I blocked Susan's contacts. I then introduced my brother to a lawyer I know in the US. He divorced her. He was able to claim alimony and the money that had been spent as she wished. At first, Susan seemed to be complaining, but she realized that the lawyer was good, and she signed the papers in tears. The house they were living in was rental, so they canceled the lease. My brother quickly moved out. She had no money, so she tried to ask her boyfriend for help. But he simply left her because he was just fooling around and she had no money. I don't know how she's doing now, but I'm sure that she is living in extreme poverty because of debts and payments. I enjoy my job very much. I am now in a relationship with a British man whom I met through my work. He says he wants to grow my business with me in the future. We will probably have a wedding in the UK in the near future. I plan to invite my brother and mother, whom I love very much, to the wedding.
Sophie, it looks like you haven't sent me money for this month. What on earth is happening? You promised to send me $1,000 on the 15th of every month. Don't tell me you forgot. Ugh, damn it. I'm taking care of your little sister who I don't particularly love for just $1,000. You want me to kick her out of the house?
Please, don't do that.
Then send me the money like you told me to do.
Ashley, I'm sorry. I'll make sure to transfer the money tomorrow. I wasn't feeling well today, and I took paid leave. I slept all day.
What? That doesn't mean you can't transfer the money. It only takes a few minutes. Do you understand your position?
Of course I do. I am so grateful that you remarried my father and became a mother to me and my sister. When my father passed away 3 years ago, I was already working and living alone. So you have been taking care of my sister for me. You also take care of the house that my father left for us. I can't thank you enough.
That's right. From now on, no matter what happens, you must transfer the money on time. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
This month, since you missed the deadline, you must transfer $2,000 as a penalty. Got it?
What? $2,000? If I pay that much, I'll have almost nothing left, and I won't even be able to pay my rent.
Oh? Are you going against me despite being at fault? Aren't you worried what would happen to Kathy?
Oh no. Please don't harm Kathy. Actually, I've told you many times before, if you hate us so much, I'll take care of Kathy.
Huh? What a joke. You've only just started working, and how are you going to support your sister? Are you willing to put her through a tough time?
Well,
if you keep harping on about it, I'm seriously going to have to stop you. Apologize to me right now for what you said to me.
Ashley, I'm really sorry for talking so cheekily to you.
You should have said so honestly from the beginning. You and your sister are so obtuse and cocky. It's disgusting. My daughter, Julia, on the other hand, is very reasonable and cute. You should learn a little from her. And Julia, unlike you guys, is a brilliant girl. She succeeded in passing the entrance exam and is now going to a prestigious private school. You know Windsor Academy, right? It's a college prep school, so I'm in good hands now.
I think it's great that Julia passed the entrance exam. But, are you going to send her to a private school from junior high school?
Yes. You have a problem with that?
No offense, but are you sure you can afford the tuition?
Oh, I have nothing to worry about. I found Kathy's bank book in her desk drawer, so I looked at it. I was surprised to see that there was a lot more money in there than I expected. Kathy doesn't need that much money, and I'm thinking of using that money for Julia's tuition.
What? Please don't. My father made that money for Kathy. Because he knew if Kathy's going to college in the future, she's going to have to pay for it. My father worked hard to save the money for her.
Then, why don't Kathy just not go to college? Unlike my Julia, she's not very good at studying anyway. It's a waste of money, isn't it? Then Julia should use that money.
Ashley, that's not good. The deposit is in Kathy's name. Even if you're her stepmother, you're not allowed to spend that money without permission.
Then you should earn money for Julia's tuition. From now on, you must send $2,000 every month. Is that clear? If you send me $2,000 every month without missing the due date, I will not touch Kathy's money. But if you are late even for 1 day, I will immediately withdraw her money. Understood?
No way. I've only been with the company for 2 years and I don't make that much money. I can't afford to send $2,000 every month.
Huh? You're really an idiot, aren't you? If you can't make money at your current job, you should change your job or increase your working hours. Can't you even understand that? Perhaps working at a nightclub would be a quick way to make money. You're not very pretty, but you're young. You can work as a server or something. Do you want me to find you a job?
I'll take care of it myself. I can manage on my own.
Okay, then stop complaining and send me $2,000 every month starting tomorrow. Understood?
I understand.
Hey Sophie, I'm going out with my friends. I want some new clothes. I told my mom I needed clothes and she said I should ask you for them. Can you wire me $300?
What? Julia, I don't know if your mother told you this, but I send her $2,000 every month. That's a lot of money. Sending you $300 on top of that is just not possible.
What? You think you can stand against me? Unlike you, I'm an excellent student. I got into a famous school and I have a promising future. I'm not like you, a high school dropout.
Julia, you can't talk to me like that. When I was in high school, my father got sick. I decided to support him and that's why I dropped out of school.
Don't give me excuses. You didn't even have the brains to get into college anyway, and blaming it on your dead father is disgusting.
That's not what I'm doing.
Besides, I think you should be more grateful to me for taking care of that girl.
You mean Kathy?
That's right. I'm the only child of Mommy, you know. But Mom's so kind that she doesn't kick Kathy out since Kathy's parents are gone. You should be more grateful.
Well, you call Kathy that girl. It doesn't sound like you're taking good care of her. Besides, Kathy's older than you, so it's not like she needs to be taken care of by you.
Oh, shut up. She is such a failure. She goes to a mediocre public school and I go to a prestigious private school. We live in a totally different world.
It's not like you're a failure if you don't go to prestigious private school. There are many people who are doing well in public schools too.
Shut up already. You sisters really irritate me when I talk to you. I told you to shut up. All you have to do is shut up and wire me $300. I'll be mean to that girl if you don't.
Oh no.
If you don't want that, just send the money.
Okay, I'll transfer the money first thing tomorrow morning.
Sophie, this month's money hasn't been transferred again. What on earth are you doing? I've been telling you for a long time that you must meet deadlines. Have you forgotten how much you owe me for bringing you up? As punishment for being late again, send me an extra $1,000.
I don't owe you anything. You're earning my resentment instead.
Excuse me? Do you know what's going to happen to you for talking so cheekily? You don't care what happens to Kathy?
You and your daughter? You took Kathy like a hostage, threatening me, begging for money. Do you have any shame?
Begging? I'm just getting the money I need to raise your sister.
No. Kathy is attending college on a scholarship. She pays for everything she needs with her part-time job. The only money Kathy is costing you is at most money for food and utilities, isn't it? It shouldn't cost $2,000.
Ugh, I am so mad. Sophie, aren't you worried about your sister? I really feel sorry for Kathy. You don't even know how to talk to your superiors. Kathy's being punished for having a bratty sister like you.
Kathy will never go back to that house again.
What?
She's going to live in the new house I bought for her.
Huh? You bought a house? Of course it's impossible with the money you've been sending me and your cheap salary. Don't be so silly.
Actually, I'm going to get $300,000 very soon.
Huh?
And you will no longer be able to live in that house. So, please leave now.
What? What do you mean?
You still don't understand? I put the house you guys are living in on the market and it sold for $300,000. Please leave by the end of this week.
What? You put my house on the market? That can't be allowed.
What are you talking about? That house is mine. I inherited from my father. It's my house.
That's not possible. How is it possible for a brat like you to inherit a house?
You might think I'm a brat, but my father loved us so much. Besides, you inherited a large deposit, didn't you? And you think you inherited the house too? Such an audacity.
Did you know that a house is subject to property tax?
Have you ever paid property tax? No, right? Because I paid them.
Well, I've never paid them, but we're the ones who are living in the house. You can't just sell it without our permission.
No. I've let you live there for free for all this time. You should be thanking me. You were saying,
I'm raising Kathy, so you should be grateful.
Well, I've never asked you to do that. And moreover, you're living in my house for free.
What? It's true that I raised her.
Kathy told me everything. The cooking, the laundry, even the cleaning. You put all the responsibility on Kathy alone. I heard that you and Julia never helped with any of it. On top of that, even though I told you not to do it, you took the money my father left for Kathy and used it without permission. Now, how can you say that you raised her?
It costs money for Julia. It can't be helped.
Then it should cost Kathy money too, right? They're the same age, you know.
It's only natural that the child related by blood is more beloved than the stepdaughter. A little favoritism is something that can't be helped.
A little? You think it's little? How can you say that? Well, I got Kathy's money back.
What? What do you mean?
You didn't realize it yet, huh? I knew you didn't care much about it.
What are you talking about?
I sold your designer bags, accessories, and clothes. Then I got about the same amount as Kathy's deposit that was stolen by you. Kathy is a smart girl, so she seized an opportunity to sell your stuff little by little.
What? Doing that without my permission? It's a crime.
What is? All of your stuff were bought with the money I sent you, right? What's wrong with taking back my money? And if you call it a crime, then what about you? I think it's more of a crime to withdraw Kathy's money and use it without her permission, don't you think? I've been preparing for 5 years to get back at you.
Get back at me?
I think I've only been late once before in sending you money. Do you remember that time?
How could I remember something that happened 5 years ago?
The perpetrator doesn't remember, does she?
What? I'm the perpetrator?
Who else could it be? Of course it's you. I always remember this time. I told you I wasn't feeling well. I was just 1 day late in sending money to you. I was still under 18 years of age and making a little money, and you demanded that I send you $2,000, double the usual amount. I will never forget that. From that time on, I wanted to be a full-fledged person. I've decided to earn a lot of money and protect Kathy. I worked hard all my life to get back at you. I've achieved a certification and changed jobs. Now, I earn about 3 times as much as I did back then. While working hard, I was also looking for a buyer for my parents' house. I was really busy every day, and before I knew it, 5 years had passed. I know I gave Kathy a hard time. From now on, I will protect her. Up until now, you've been dependent on my remittances and Kathy's housework. I'm sure you've been living a comfortable life relying on us. How are you going to live from now on? You don't have a house, you don't have a job, and I'm no longer sending you money. I'm sure you'll be living in poverty all at once.
Oh no, I'm relying on you to send me money, so I barely have any savings. Hey, tell me where you're moving to. Your new place is beautiful, isn't it? Julia and I will live there too. Let's all live together as a happy family.
A happy family? What a joke. You never once thought of me and Kathy as a family. You're just going to depend on my money again. And you're just trying to get Kathy to do the housework again, aren't you? It's so obvious.
That's not true. From now on, Julia and I will both do our chores properly. I'll even find a job. So please. I haven't worked for decades, so I don't think I can suddenly find a job. If we didn't have a place to live on top of that, we wouldn't be able to make a living.
So what? It has nothing to do with us, does it? We're not family. We're strangers.
Oh no. Don't say coldly that we are not family, or that we are strangers. I am your mother, and Julia is your pretty little sister.
Can you not act like a mother just at a time like this? My mother is in heaven. She's my only mother. Even Julia is copying you, insulting us, begging us for money. How can I think of such a person as my sister? You've been holding Kathy hostage and threatening me. I will never forgive you.
I'm really sorry. I apologize for everything I've done. Will you please forgive me?
Ashley, you're too old to think you can get forgiveness just by apologizing. You're taking the world too lightly. Oh, by the way, about your beloved Julia. She's not the nice girl you think she is.
Huh?
She's a repeat shoplifter.
My Julia? That can't be true. Don't talk nonsense.
Let's see if you believe me when you see this. Sending a video.
Oh no. Julia.
It was Kathy who noticed. It was also Kathy who took the video. Julia probably thinks she wouldn't get caught, so she keeps shoplifting. Kathy saw it 3 times and took the video, so who knows how often Julia's been doing this. I'll send the videos to Julia's school. You went to the trouble of paying high tuition to send her to a private school in order to get her into college. But too bad, Julia will probably be expelled from school. Her school is famous for its strict rules. Well, it's a good thing, isn't it? You're going to have to live in poverty from now on. You can't afford to send Julia to college.
Why are you going this far? It's just too much.
I told you, I've been preparing for a long time to get back at you. Besides, you treated us like slaves. How can you say something like this is too much? I told you I would never forgive you, didn't I?
I'm sorry, I really am. Please don't do this.
If you would never try to do anything to us, then we will never contact you again. But if you try to get close to us or harass us in any way, we will pay you back double or more. Just keep that in mind.
I understand. We won't come near you anymore and we won't do anything to you. So please, forgive me.
Did you hear what I said? I will never forgive you. Well then, goodbye. Julia was eventually kicked out from her school. She lost money and a place to live, and eventually left her mother without hesitation. She disappeared, and no one knows where she went. Ashley, who had been unemployed for a long time and had no savings, could not afford to rent a house, of course. So she got a live-in job at a hotel. She is being yelled at every day, but she manages to get by. How did I know about this? My friend's family told me that they were surprised to see my mother working there. My friend showed me the picture she took of Ashley. Ashley had a careworn look, and I couldn't recognize her for a moment. As for me, I live happily with Kathy every day. Of course, we cooperate with each other in housework, and we will continue to support each other.
Thank you for watching. Please rate the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.